the song ended.
Sorry, my headphones are backwards. Okay.
Are you?
I can't really hear anything.
Can't. Okay. Let's see what I can do.
As usual, it's not really a big deal. I can.
How about that?
Yeah.
Better? A little bit?
Am I actually registering over there? Yeah. That's me, right?
Yeah. How about that? How's
Good,
that?
I guess.
Is that equal?
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Okay.
Ah,
Hello.
apparently somebody's going to use power tools below us today.
Great. I love that.
And along with the children screaming.
Power tools.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? It sounds like a planer. That's what that sound is,
Yeah,
I think.
it does.
We were trying to guess what power tool we might be hearing. But oh my gosh, I'm really not quite awake yet.
Me neither.
I'm sorry. Power tools.
That's going to wake us up a little bit.
Sorry, I'll try to pep up a little bit here.
That's okay. You're plenty peppy.
This is a later start to my day than I usually get, so I should be really quite awake.
Yeah.
Didn't have to rush to the museum. John's opening for me. I was frantically sorting laundry though before I came. We have relatives descending on us this weekend, and I have no place to put them. I'm trying to wrap up the wedding season. It's a wasteland of laundry and wedding mess everywhere. So
it's kind of nice to slowly clean up.
Well, that would be nice, but I can't. I'm cleaning up in hours, basically.
Well.
Hours in which I am not home. So it doesn't really work.
Well, you'll enjoy your weekend in the end.
I don't think so.
Really?
Maybe. It's just so cram-packed. There's supposed to be some enjoy things. Well,
enjoyable is the word. Enjoyable things.
Yeah, I was going to go to a little... Jeez, I'm crowbar. We were going to go to a Grange Hall supper on Saturday night, but we're not now because family's coming.
What town?
East Bethel.
Okay.
And we are pressing all of our apples on Sunday, so that will be kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about the all-you-can-eat breakfast in Tunbridge?
Yes, we will be going to that on Sunday morning.
I was going to ask you, I had a question about all-you-can-eat breakfasts.
Okay.
Do you actually eat more?
Yeah.
What's the psychology
I've had to stop my children from, they both have come back with an entire dinner plate piled high with bacon. And I said, you can't eat that. You will die. Share that with every single person around us because
you can't put it back.
That's just...
Right. Once it's on your plate,
maybe that seems like a good idea to you for a second, but... Even a small, thin child, I don't think eating a heaping dinner plate full of bacon is probably the healthy. Yeah. I just feel like it's just an artery clog in one sitting.
Right.
I don't know.
But you think it had something to do with the fact that it's all you can eat?
Well, I never give them heaping plates full of bacon. Like if they get bacon, it's a couple pieces. So they're definitely overeating the bacon.
Yeah.
I like to make a little breakfast sandwich because it's too much work to make at home, but they've already done it for you there, with the toasted English muffin and the egg and the cheese. And I just don't want to put all those ingredients together at home. So even though I love them, I never make them. So, oh my God.
There goes the planer. Why don't we go down and see what they're planing?
It sounds like our windows are wide open, but they're not.
They're actually not. Well, downtown South Royalton.
As ever, I always think this is just an amazing choice for a radio station.
To be
above a woodworking shop and a daycare next to a railroad track.
And it's a converted screened-in porch. That's why it's so noisy, because it's all windows, basically, which makes it a nice environment. At least we're not in a closet.
Right. This must hurt your sound engineer's soul, though.
Little bit, but I have to deal with stuff, like tractors and hornets and woodpeckers and stuff like that at the studio. So at least we don't have woodpeckers here.
Right.
Remember, we used to call my studio Pecker Box.
No.
Yeah.
You did?
That's a nickname because I used to have this woodpecker that would sit on the wall outside the recording studio and just go at it.
Woodpeckers must not have a lot going on in their brains because, first of all, they have to have shaken baby syndrome from always slamming their heads around.
I never thought about that, what it was like for their heads.
Maybe their brains are constructed differently than other birds because they are made to peck. But when I was in high school, and teenagers are really tired people, we would have one at my parents' house that would bang on the metal roof of our barn.
Right.
And it was really loud. It was just like bang, bang, and all the time, constantly. And I thought it was just really, really dumb. But I think my dad said that when they bang on other things like that, it's actually, they're just calling in mates or whatever. I mean, they're not actually looking for bugs. They clearly know that they're not going to be eating anything out of channel drain roofing, but they're sending their little like Morse code signal out into the world.
I hadn't thought of that.
For other little lover birds, I guess.
Right.
But it was he was not having any luck because it was constant. I mean,
so he was
months of
he was calling and calling,
banging. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so familiar. Just banging your head, trying to send the message out that you're available.
Does that not hurt, I wonder?
I'm going to close that door because that might be part of the issue.
I can do it. You're getting up? Okay.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right. I don't think that's the problem, but nope, that did nothing. It's just coming through this single pane glass that we have here.
He's obviously not listening to our show.
No.
I always think walking by there, gee, I wonder if they know, like, who we are.
No.
They don't pay attention to all the DJs coming in and out of the station, probably.
Guess not. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
Did you notice I'm losing my tan already?
I am too.
I can't stand that. Why can't we keep our tans for a while?
I looked down in the shower last night and I said, "Where's my little tan lines?" No, they're gone already.
It's so short.
It is so short.
That summer.
I feel pasty and unattractive when I get all white and like a weird winter slug. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. You do kind of look like a weird winter slug.
I was doing like an inventory on all of my body flaws the other day, and it was really long. I stopped at like 21. I was counting them up, and it was really bad.
You should just arrest any assessment like that.
Well,
that has critical
some of it is arrested.
attitudes.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, I'm going to make a list of all the supposed flaws that either someone has told me were wrong with my body.
Wait, you wrote it down?
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding me?
Right here, I'll show it to you. Hold on.
It's on your iPhone?
Well, it's the only place I had
You
to
were
type.
serious about this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I'm curious. I want to hear what you...
All right.
Some
here's
of it
the deal.
you can't say. Some of it you probably don't want to say on the air.
I'll say it. I don't care.
Oh, God.
So here's the deal. Some
God
of these flaws don't really bother me anymore. So it doesn't really, these are flaws over time that people have either told me were wrong with my body or that
Did you separate them into two categories?
The media has told me is wrong with my body.
The media.
Did I separate? No, not really. I just listed them. Where the hell are they? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because all that stuff is generated externally, all those attitudes, right? Because you like your body, basically. You
I'm
love it.
with my
You're
body.
so glad to have one. It's much more convenient to have a body than to not.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. So, all right, number one, I was always told by people that my eyebrows were too dark since I have blonde hair and I have black eyebrows and they don't match, right? So or they're too bushy. So I plucked them into oblivion in high school and I even bleached them for years.
Wow.
And that was weird. Of course, everyone told me my breasts were too small. So I always wore like padded push-up things that scrape basically all the skin off of all the rest of your body and push them out your...
Can we go back to the eyebrows for a sec?
Sure, go ahead.
I never thought about my eyebrows ever.
Well, that's because you have perfect eyebrows. So
No, I don't. I just have eyebrows.
Well, they match your hair.
I don't notice. The only thing I notice about the differences in people's eyebrows is that some people paint them on and some people don't.
Yeah,
that's the only differences that I ever see. I don't see if everybody just had natural eyebrows.
That's like an in thing now to take your eyebrow off and then paint it back on.
No. Yeah. Who said?
I know, but I don't know. Nobody said. They just all
Somebody
do it.
said.
Well, I don't listen to
fashion
I don't know.
person.
But I realized though,
some
all of the pain in the butt things, like when you wear a padded bras, for instance, and I had to wear a padded swimsuit top too but they have this like foam in them. So when you come out of a lake or whatever, you have to kind of cross your arms and discreetly squeeze to drain the padding.
Thanks for sharing that
Okay, so my nose is too big. So I always wanted a nose job as a kid. I have these horrible chipmunk cheeks. So whenever I had a photo taken, I would always try to like kind of suck in my cheeks for photos.
Yeah.
I'm too short. So I always wore heels like as a younger person, which, you know, when everyone else is hanging out in their comfy shoes and I'm in heels, just so I look not like a stumpy dwarf. That's painful.
A stumpy dwarf.
Yes. I have hooded eyelids, which are weird.
Hooded eyelids.
So I used to try to like use makeup to make them look normal, but I don't know how to use makeup, so that didn't work at all. Never worked. Then I have like stretch marks and a weird ripped up tummy from having
just like
kids.
A stumpy dwarf.
Yeah. Yep. So I used to try to use like scar gel and stuff. None of that works.
I think that's kind of cute. Stumpy dwarf.
Okay.
No, I get a nice kind of endearing feeling towards a stumpy dwarf. You might make friends.
What if I was a troll? What if I was a stumpy troll?
Well, you're not. You said stumpy dwarf
all right.
specifically.
I'll stick with a dwarf.
Okay.
People said my forehead was too high, so I used to try to wear bangs to make it seem less high.
It doesn't go up that high. It just goes up to where your hair starts.
Right, but then
you're not bald.
That was a bad thing because when I had bangs, it made my hair clash even worse with my eyebrows because they were right there next to each other.
You know, that's not a clash. That's just like a contrast.
Well, that's nice of you to say so.
If I had been there, I would have told you that. You would have felt much better. Because a lot of people think colors clash that really don't.
I know.
And eyebrows
it just looks jarring.
It
looks weird when your hair is almost white and your eyebrows are black. It looks strange.
It looks punk.
Well, people always ask me, do you dye your hair? Because my hair doesn't match my eyebrows, and most people's hair does match their eyebrows.
You were a stumpy dwarf punk.
Oh, my God. Okay, we're not even like a third of the way through this list.
Okay,
so
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, my top lip is too thin, so I always was considering like a
That's
cosmetic
what
tattoo.
we have in common.
Yep.
Top lip
Oh,
thinness.
yours is fine, but I never noticed that anybody else had elbow skin. Like I thought through childhood, I thought I was the only person who had that weird saggy little pouch of skin at my elbow. Like I never noticed anybody else.
Can you check mine for me? I'm going to try to make it kind of squinch up.
But I was so embarrassed by it that I never wore short sleeves, like from the ages of like
how's
8 to 12.
My arm look?
Pretty good. My sleeves won't go up.
Can I see your elbow skin, please?
They won't go up.
Well, that's convenient.
It is convenient. See, I must have some
women's clothing is so stupid you can't even pull your sleeve up over your elbow.
I must have lingering hang-ups about my elbow skin.
Jeez.
Anyway, I was super embarrassed by it. So even in the hottest summer months as a child, I would not wear short sleeves because I was so afraid someone was going to see my saggy elbows.
Right.
So that was silly.
You're stumpy, saggy.
I was told over and over again in high school that I wasn't pretty like my sister. That was really annoying.
Fun. That's nice.
I have insane leg hair. Like it's coal black and thick and coarse, which doesn't, again, match my head hair.
You know, I think now I'm glad I just had brothers. Maybe because nobody could ever compare
Kristina,
me
you're
to
not
a
pretty
sister.
like your brother. True.
Yeah, nobody ever tried anything.
I have oily, splotchy skin that is really prone to breakouts and very sensitive.
Dwarfy,
yep.
punky.
I have creepy toes that look just like fingers. Like they're practically as long as fingers.
Oh, that's really serious.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I have an overbite.
Okay.
My calves are shorter than my thighs, which for some reason I always thought was like a...
I love that about you.
Don't know.
You know what?
And then if we get super personal, I've got like all the botched up lady bits from being stitched up weird after giving birth, which I don't really mind because nobody can really see those that much. Like I got to know you pretty well if you're going to see my botched up lady bits. But my mouth turns down when I smile instead of up. I find that.
Can you show me how that works?
You've seen my mouth turn down all the time.
You just smiled.
I'm always smiling. Yeah, because it went down. Huh?
Your smile's fine.
Right, but you know when people draw a little smiley face, where does the lips? I mean, it smiles up.
That's just because people
tip up in the corners, and mine tips down.
People can't draw. That's why they just they oversimplify. Plus, I always hated smiley faces. You know, when I worked at a movie theater, I was the assistant manager. The manager used to always put smiley faces on stuff.
What?
You know, when she wrote notes to us, she'd put a smiley face, and I hated it so much. I thought, how could they have made her manager when she does that?
My face is basically a Mr. Yuck sticker.
Oh, I just try to.
I can't make my eyes into crosses, but you know
what that is. A what? A mystery?
Mr.
What?
Yuck. We had this conversation before because you don't know what Mr. Yuck is. It's those green stickers that you would put on poison and stuff in the 80s.
Oh.
And it's just a green opposite of a smiley face. Okay. So it's a smile. It's a green face with the mouth turned down and his tongue sticking out, and it's got X's for eyes because it's dead. Mr. Yuck is clearly dead because he ate the poison that you weren't supposed to eat.
I didn't use stickers in the 80s.
Well, we had, I think you got them from schools and stuff so moms could put them on everything.
Wow. I missed it. I missed that completely.
We're almost through. Don't worry.
Okay.
I have a weak chin, which I hate.
Weak.
Like this is actually why I have chipmunk cheeks and why I think my nose is big because see my profile? My chin goes back. Further, and so it makes my nose look bigger.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me exactly of a stumpy dwarf.
I know. And this one doesn't count anymore because I was a nail biter really bad into my late 20s. And so I was always hiding my hands from people.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want people to see how raw and...
Like your cuticles?
Yeah.
The whole thing. All of it.
Just my nails were short and my fingers looked awful. So
that's all in your iPhone. So the NSA knows all your weaknesses.
Yep.
They might use that
I don't
against
care about
you.
a bunch of those things anymore. Like I actually don't really care about my boobs because I don't even have to wear a bra anymore. And other people do. And I still... look the same as I was 12. I don't mind my toes because no one sees them and they're good for climbing things and gripping things, and I can pick up crayons and stuff if they're under the table.
Okay.
Oh man, I skipped a whole pile of them, but
can we go back to just
my
talking
hair? I skipped all the things about my hair.
Why'd you make the list?
I don't know. I was just thinking about it today and I was like, I want to figure out all the things that I've always hated about my body and let me see if I've figured out how to not hate them anymore.
Oh, so that was the goal?
Kind of. And I'm about halfway. I still don't like my face, but most of the body stuff I don't care about anymore.
So you're trying to transform your attitude somewhat.
I guess so.
By trying to sort of dissect and unpack your and
I was trying to figure out each flaw, if it was something that someone told me, if it's something that I noticed myself, and why.
So you're debunking.
I am debunking.
Good for you.
It was nice to know that I really don't care about half of them because I'm just too old to care about some of them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you about personal growth, since personal growth is something that generally we do on Fridays, or we try to talk about personal growth. But what if you just have come to a dead end with your personal growth and you can't think of how to jumpstart it anymore? Your bag of tricks is empty.
I don't really think we're going to ever have that problem, but okay.
You don't think so? I feel.
You mean we're not going to find ways to grow, or we're just not going to come up with new ideas?
Well, you feel like you're stuck in a rut. You don't know how to grow anymore.
Oh, I see.
You're
not saying you don't need to grow. You're just saying you can't figure out where.
Yeah, what do you do?
Angle?
What do you do? How do you start growing again? Do you have to wait till spring? What happens?
Maybe we're in the hibernation stage. You know what? Somebody was talking about all these feral pigs that we have in Vermont right now. They got out of some pig
in Orange
place. Yeah, I was thinking of you when they were talking.
They were let out. It was a burglary gone awry.
But there's now a huge population of feral pigs.
That's not really great.
It's not great.
That's one town
they're
over.
Not native, and people are catching them on game cans. And pigs are quite violent and vicious, so they could kill a dog or whatever. But anyway, shoot, where was I going with this?
I don't know. Personal growth? Having something to do with pigs?
Damn. I have no idea.
Well, make the leap.
I really had a connection here, but I don't know what it was.
Okay, never mind. Feral pigs and personal growth. There's got to be a connection.
I don't know what it was. Forget it. I'll come back later.
Okay, I think it's time for a song.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's 11:20, correct?
I don't know.
Okay, you're not the timekeeper.
I will look at my phone.
I am.
It's 11:21, dude.
Yeah, that's okay. We're not... it's not like clockwork here. But what do we have? We have Grayson. And he's in town from Australia, so let's try to catch one of his shows.
Good day, mate.
Back to work, it's that time of year. Summer's come and gone. The leaves are falling Strolling in the woods, feeling good like I should. Nothing can bring me down. Yeah, winter is a girl and she can be warm when it was cold outside. We laid in bed till the candle went out, but our hearts are still alight. I want this winter. Well, I want this winter to keep me warm. To keep me warm. Back to home, back to church, underpaid and overworked. I can see her now. It's warm outside, but I'm feeling cold. Looking young and acting old. Yeah, winter is a girl and she can be warm when it was cold outside. We laid in bed till the candle went out, but our hearts are still alight. I want this winter. Well, I want this winter to keep me warm. To keep me warm. To keep me, I want this winter. I want this winter to keep me. I want this winter. I want this winter to keep me warm. To keep me warm. To keep me warm. To keep me warm.
All right. Thanks, Grayson.
Yep. My tea is not that hot anymore.
Oh, where's mine? That's funny. Last week I forgot it, and this week where is it?
Did you not bring it?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
I don't know why mine is not
Jeez.
hot. I didn't drink it all the way down here because I thought it would be too hot because it stays hot a long time. And now it's not hot. So,
Yeah. Oh, I have some space news for you because I know you love space news, right? They found some really, really old stardust.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I did.
it's-
In like a chunk of something.
Meteorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's older than the solar system. And of
You know
course,
what?
we are stardust.
That
We-
word, or 2 words, compound word, is so lovely.
See, it's a good one.
Stardust, doesn't that sound nice?
I knew you'd like it.
But when you think of what stardust really is, it's just dirt.
No, it's not dirt.
Well, it's just. I'm just saying when in my head I close my eyes and I think of stardust, I think of like a glittery, a golden shimmery stuff.
Yeah, I think.
And then real stardust is just brown, gray dirt.
But it's both. It's both. You can't separate the two.
I don't know. I was
'Cause
disappointed in the picture of the stardust.
If we are stardust, which we are, because Joni Mitchell told us that we are stardust, so it's got to be magical.
I
right?
took a picture in Wales somewhere years ago of this. It was like a ruin of a cathedral or something, and there was a stone plaque on the ruins that said "Stardust are we," blah 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 blah. It was a little tiny poem, and then it said, something hitting going home, or I don't remember. It was so amazing, and I took a picture of it, and I've been hunting for it I can't find the picture because of course I took it with a real camera and I don't know where it went now.
Have you Googled it?
Yes.
You can't
and
find it?
I can't find it.
How
and
strange.
I can't remember what part of Wales are in. We visited a bunch of like abbeys and cathedrals and things, and it was off in the woods someplace. I have no idea where it was. I was a teenager. And I just want to figure out where this quote is from, this little poem. It was only like a 4-line poem. Yeah. And it I remember it just like speaking to me, and it was like it's like whatever it is, it's like what I want on my tombstone someday, and I can't find it, and I'm really getting a little worried as I age.
Oh, well, I'll help you find it.
So if I die before I find it, you gotta find it. Sorry.
Okay, I'll find it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
It had the word luxivore in it. I don't know what that means.
Luxivore?
I think.
What is that?
It said stardusts are we, luxivores something something.
Is that a word?
I don't know. All right. I probably haven't spent as much time Googling this as I could have when it's so important to me, but,
Now you're going to try.
Right. Ah.
Ding.
Sorry, it's just a message, random.
Oh, there's another great word that fits right in with this topic. It sort of seems like it's somewhere between stardust and luxivore.
Yeah.
And the word. Have you ever heard the word limerence?
No.
Isn't that a cool word? Can you imagine what it is?
Wait a minute.
What, you found it? Are you kidding?
I was spelling it wrong.
You haven't Googled. You haven't tried Googling it for a while, have you?
No.
I
tried Googling it before Google was like really good.
I was going to say, you tried Googling it before the internet, right?
Luxivore. No, I didn't try Googling it before the internet, but...
Yes, you did.
What is this?
Because that was probably
never mind. I thought I was on to something.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
God. Never mind. I'll do this not on the air. How about later?
Okay. Limerence is a state of mind. It's a state of...
So is New York. I'm in a New York state of mind.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's kind of, I guess that's connected to this. It's like what results from a romantic attraction to another person. And it typically includes obsessive thoughts and fantasies.
Ooh.
So it's kind of falling in love as opposed to being being loving.
Right.
Being in love or being loving can be different, right?
So they say.
What are you looking up now? Are you looking up limerence?
No, I'm just still putting this in because I said I was going to stop,
But you can't stop. You're being obsessive now.
Am.
Yeah, but I do that too.
I don't see it. I'll look later. Because I will now. Okay.
It's funny. Those little fragments can be so important.
It was weirdly important to me, and I remember cutting out, trimming out the little tiny piece in the photo and like gluing it somewhere. And then I remember I did have the negative ones because I used to have a dark room, and I made a couple prints of it, and I don't know where it went.
Oh my gosh, this is real stuff. This is the stuff of life.
Things. You know how you have a couple things in your life that you've lost, and you just you obsess about them.
Yes.
And I'm sure if ever I find it, it won't be as great as I thought it was, but it's something that I keep being like, well, that was just really meaningful, and I wish I had it.
Yeah, I miss it too. And I never read it, but I know I just feel this sense of loss along with you. So I'm going to help you
just
find
write
it.
to my friend Mark because he went to all these cathedrals with me, and he would know probably where it was.
Okay,
I should just do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you asked me about my guests last week at my Airbnb guests, and they were just wonderful, incredible people as always.
Yeah.
And how many I have this weekend?
How many?
17.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Well,
Holy
they
cow.
don't. It's like a whole crowd comes tonight, and then they all leave, and then a whole new crowd comes tomorrow. And
that is
some of them
nuts.
some of them are staying multiple nights, and
wow,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. I cleaned all day yesterday.
Oh God, I hate cleaning. I'm
and
so tired
broke
of cleaning.
the vacuum again.
What?
Well, now
I'm not kidding you. Just get a shop vac. They're workhorses.
No, I'm telling you, they just blow dust into the air.
I know, but you can actually stick a sock on the end of that dust blower thing, and it's better. It just kind of slows the blowing down.
Yeah, carrying that upstairs, shop vac.
You can get a little one. I have a pretty little one. I have a tiny one that's like the size of like a carton of milk. If you want that one.
No.
I got it to use at our cabin because I thought I could plug it into the car because we have a little car inverter, but the stupid car inverter won't even run the
Well, you know how big
vacuum. So
my house is so big.
it has a long cord. It's on little wheels. It's like,
But
I don't know
you
why
said
it's on little wheels. You could just strap it to your back. Actually, that would be awesome. You could put it in a backpack.
That's
Like you're a Ghostbuster.
I like that, yeah.
And it has a really long cord.
Ghostbusters.
So you could do that, and that would be handy. Because you know how every time you try to pull on a vacuum, it just gets caught up on its own cord?
Yeah.
I hate that. That's like one of my...
Or it separates
They
from
need
the,
to
from the
figure out how to
extension
make
cord.
like a little hovercraft vacuum so that its cord can just pass underneath it freely and you don't have to get it all jammed up.
That would be the answer to so many problems. Hovercraft.
Well, the school janitors have the backpack kinds, so they must and they are professional cleaner people, so those must, make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And if we had hovercraft, we wouldn't have to have our cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Or we would. Because
I'm so fed up with my car. I can't believe it. I'm still having issues with the dipstick.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's just ongoing. It never goes away.
Hey, that's probably not
So
all that's
how-
wrong with your car.
Well, don't say that.
Okay, sorry. I know.
I mean, I know you're right,
mine's
but
the brakes just got fixed, and it's doesn't have brakes again.
yeah. And my
That's
dipstick,
really
you
pretty
take
weird.
it, you do the whole careful thing where you don't check your oil except in the morning before you've driven the car, which is the best time to check your oil, right?
I guess.
And you pull it out, and then it's smeared on one side, and it's completely blank on the other. Now, how would you deduce from that how much oil you had smeared
That the oil
on
is
one
just all
side?
sloshed up the side of your oil. You got to wipe it off. You got to carefully put it back in.
No, I know
straight
you're
up and down.
Are you talking? You
Straight
think
up
you're
and down.
talking to a baby?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not
Are you
a-
going straight up and down? Because if you're tugging it all from an
This
angle,
is ridiculous. Don't say these.
It's
You're
made of really
condescending to
bendy.
me.
It's so bendy. You have to be
No.
so careful.
Excuse me. I've done 20 years more of dipsticking than you have, and
Fine.
I think
I'm just saying.
You think I haven't thought of all
Sometimes
those
the
things?
obvious escapes us.
It's not about my performance in pulling out the dipstick. It's not.
right.
It's
What-
not my
Does
problem.
your dipstick
It's the
appear to be
dips-
abnormal? Is there something wrong with it? Does it have a bend in
What
it?
are you suggesting?
Is it deformed?
What are you trying to get at?
I'm just asking. I'm trying to.
I feel
I'm trying to
offended.
eliminate some possibilities
I
here.
feel so offended.
Does it have a curve in it? Does it have a kink in it?
My dipstick?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Okay. Well, then
How could
maybe
you
it's
say
that
that?
the oil holder thing is got a dent in it or
That's
something.
just some
poking.
idea that you're making up right
don't-
now.
I-
You
it
don't
is.
know if
It is.
oil
Well,
places have curvature, like the Earth, the Earth's curvature. You're
I
just
don't
making that
know
up.
what the oil holder thing is shaped like.
Go take your own oil and
I
tell me
do
how
sometimes.
tell me how well you did. Tell me what yours. Go home. The first thing I want you to do is to check your oil. Tell me how it goes. All right.
Okay, Kristina.
Oh man.
Have you had this problem before with other vehicles?
Don't go on. Don't try to get personal.
I'm just trying to figure this
It's not.
out.
It's not about. It's not about my character.
Right.
This is a lifelong problem that you've had. And it started. What kind of childhood did you have? What kind of parents did you have?
Sometimes short
What kind
people
of
have
car
issues
did you
because
have?
we aren't pulling it straight up. That was pointed out to me a while ago that I was kind of pulling it out at an angle.
I'm not a baby.
I know, but you're short, just like me. I'm not saying baby. I'm saying
Wah.
you don't know. Your arm might not be tall enough to pull
No,
it
it's
straight.
not about that. It's
Okay.
Not, it's not my
not.
performance.
Okay, fine.
I hate
I
that
can't-
planer.
I can't help you.
That planer next door is really getting on my nerves. God, it must be.
God.
It must be because Pluto is squaring the sun. I mean, they said it was going to be
Clearly.
bad, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad.
I thought we don't count Pluto as a planet anymore, so I feel like
That
they
was
can't.
that
they can't say
that.
this
That was
stuff.
that was subterfuge on Pluto's part. Pluto thought it would be cool to trick everybody and just pretend it wasn't a planet. And it's still there, doing all its incredible
Well,
things.
I know it's still there. I thought we just
the
don't
most
recognize it as part of our solar system anymore.
It's the most powerful planet.
Which seems really weird. I was Pluto in my first grade
No.
school
Are
play.
you kidding? You were
So,
Pluto?
Yeah, my mom sent me to first grade before she took me out and homeschooled me for like my lifetime because she realized that public school was horrible. But my one fond memory of first grade was I was Pluto because I was the smallest. Because I was only 5 when I was in first grade because my birthday's on the like the first week of school, and I was Pluto.
Did you just lose your train of thought?
I did because that's what I've been doing.
No, we were talking about Pluto.
No, I know we were talking about Pluto.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit offended when they decided to get rid of Pluto.
I'll bet.
Because I felt I identify with Pluto a little bit.
You still do.
Yeah, it's probably very cold there because I'm cold.
I thought you hated space.
I do.
So
I do, but if I have any empathy towards space, it's towards Pluto probably.
Oh. So now you're telling me the truth about how you feel about space.
I said if I had any empathy towards space.
Well, obviously you do. You have empathy toward...
just a smidge.
No, it's fairly significant. It started in first grade and it's lasted all these many long years.
Yes. Yeah. I think I also was a reindeer in one of those plays, and I also am fond of reindeer, so maybe, there's a connection.
Yeah,
somewhere.
me too. I used to draw them.
Yeah.
With the little Laplanders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I love the Jan Brett books that always have the reindeer and the Laplanders.
Me too.
Nice colors.
I have to send some to Italy, to the grandkids.
Does it snow there?
Jan Brett.
Doesn't.
Sometimes a little.
Not where they are, though, right?
It's a big deal when it does.
Really?
Well, I don't know if it does where they are. I can't remember. It did when she lived in the castle. When Freya worked in the castle with the space heater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it
She
snowed.
was like cataloging books all winter in a castle with a space heater. So that's what I brought up my kids to have good jobs. Practical work.
Mine think that they're going to. Well, Eli thinks he's going to live in a van and surf all over the country, and
he could.
said, "What are you going to do for money?" And he hasn't really thought that.
Yeah,
far.
but those beach bums don't always have a lot of money.
How do they like?
Well,
eat?
because they'll bartend and stuff. They'll do some stuff.
I just don't really want him to be a beach bum because
why?
I don't know.
He's a guy. He can do it. It's if it was your daughter, it'd say, well, it could be a little dangerous.
I know. But I don't want him going far away from me all the time.
Well,
not knowing where he is. Like
there's a beach
even
in
when they get
Rhode
older,
Island.
I don't think he means that. I think
he
means
doesn't want to
like
be a beach
Hawaii
bum
and Australia and like things like that.
Has to be warm.
I don't know.
Sissy.
Yeah. He'll change his mind. He likes to ski too much.
Actually, I hope he does it because he'd fit right in.
I know. He keeps trying to make
looks
his hair get all
He looks like
long
a
and
beach
floppy.
bum.
He does look like a beach bum.
And now he's got the guitar. He's
Yep.
got these. He knows how to play guitar, and he's getting really good. And then he's going to
Yeah.
get the Volkswagen van,
Yep.
and then he's going to drive to Baja and do it. He's going to live your dream, Emily.
It's not my dream. It's not my dream.
Oh, yes,
at all.
it is.
No, I don't
can
want to do
tell.
that. At
No,
all.
you did.
No.
No, you didn't
I don't like
consciously
surfing.
want to do
There's
it, but
sharks
you're inside.
And you get whacked in the head by your board. I've only tried
But
surfing a couple times, but it was really not
those
fun.
fears have covered up your inner, just like Pluto.
And I thought I'd be better at
exactly like
surfing than
Pluto.
I was, and it was really painful. And I got like sand actually rammed up my nose when I was like scrubbed up on the beach backwards with my head on the ground like a little battering ram. It was really not pleasant. I don't know. Didn't appeal to me that much after that, but
I'm trying to honor your feelings.
okay, thanks.
Since that, the train hasn't come.
It's probably been scared off by the planer.
The planer has definitely taken precedence of our, what do you call it, our ambient auditory environment.
Yeah, the train could have come and we just didn't hear it because
It is possible.
this is really loud.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to a song.
All right.
This is called Esclave à la mort.
What?
I can't speak French. Let's just go for it. This is Michel Chouanière.
Esclave à l'amour, je ne pense qu'à toi. Ton visage jamais me rend l'esprit. Mise dans le trou, mes émotions. J'abandonne la raison pour l'amour suprême. esclave à l'amour, je ne pense qu'à toi. Ton visage jamais me rend l'esprit. Mise dans le trou, mes émotions vaines. J'abandonne la raison pour l'amour suprême. Prisonnière de ma propre volonté. Tes regards, tes lèvres, ta voix m'appelle. Mon cœur, mon âme se fond. Que puis-je contraire? Prisonnière de ma propre volonté. Tes regards, tes lèvres, ta voix m'appelle. Mon cœur, mon âme se fond. Que puis-je contraire? Esclave à l'amour, je ne pense qu'à toi. Ton visage jamais me rend l'esprit. Mise dans le trou, mes émotions reines. J'abandonne la raison pour l'amour suprême.
Michelle Chouanier, who lives in Vermont. So I did some laminating.
You know how I love to laminate.
I know. I thought of you.
Almost.
Can you guess what I laminated?
Are you starting on your...
No, I
was going to say, are you starting on your Christmas bookmarks?
It made me think I should perhaps
Get a jump on them?
Yeah, but no, I did some autumn leaves for my mother.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because, we used to iron between wax paper, but it did, that never works anymore. I don't know if there's less wax in wax paper or what it is. Have you tried it lately? It doesn't work. It doesn't stick, at least my experience.
Laminating is a very good idea.
It works. It works. And I have a little tip that if you get bubbles, you just pop them with, if
a needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to laminate something really bad this week because I was at Staples and I was having a bunch of copies made. And for once in my life, there was no line, no waiting list. They could do anything I wanted right there.
Oh, wow.
And I was kind of searching around through my little file. What could I laminate? Usually I have to leave the lamination there and come back and get it later. But I was this is
well, get your best leaves and put them.
Have anything.
We'll put them in books so they get nice and flat. And
do they have to be dry before you laminate them?
I think
are they going to mold if they're in there? With moisture.
Lamination does a pretty good job of sort of arresting the stuff if the air is gone.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
So, and they're so flat that you can really squish it pretty good. But I think they're going to stay orange. I just have that sense having, I'm kind of done a lot of laminating in my life, so I think it's going to work.
All right.
Yeah, my mom is going to be so happy.
Put them in her windows or something?
Yeah, and her favorite color is orange.
Oh.
And she never gets to go outside because she's in a nursing home, and they really don't get her out very much. And so I think she'll like it. See, I'm trying to be creative to send my mom stuff because she's really... it's hard to communicate with her.
I know. Yeah.
So
it's got to probably be vision senses, the smells.
That color, orange.
Colors, yeah.
That sends a big message. So just simple things sometimes are the best answers to life's pressing questions. And
dipsticks.
Yes. Yeah. That's a communication with a car.
Yeah.
That we're trying to make. That we're trying.
So sick of cars.
Yeah. I just wish it was easier to communicate with cars, and you didn't always have to involve these intermediaries called mechanics. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair.
I wish I knew more about how cars run, though, because it would be pretty handy to do some of this stupid stuff myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I wish
We could
that,
take
and I
a
don't
course.
wish that because you know what? I say that, and
What
I'm
if
not
we did
really,
that?
I'm really not that interested.
What if we actually took a course?
I just want my car to run? Is
You know,
that too much to ask?
There's Girlington Garage in Burlington, which is run by women.
I don't
women
really-
mechanics.
I don't want to like attach so much
Let's do
importance to it
something-
that I go like,
Can't we do something new?
yeah, but
Like what?
I don't know.
I
gotta
need
think about
something.
it.
I need something. I'm needy.
I know. I am too. I'm feeling a little bereft going into the winter season, which I
too.
don't love the most, except for skiing.
Oh, let's do something.
I feel I was disappointed last year because like I didn't get anything done that I wanted to get done. Like I really swore up and down to myself, this is my year that I'm going to get stuff done, and then I didn't. And I'm just now feeling pissy. Like this winter's going to be just like last winter.
That might be the wrong approach. Maybe we should just run away from home.
I don't want to though.
Well, I don't really
Cold
either.
out there. I
But
mean, it's
let's
cold in my
do
house
something.
Too, but okay.
I'm a doer. I like to do stuff.
I love projects.
Let's do something that's fulfilling for both of
know.
us.
Okay.
Let's
All
do
right.
a radio show. Yeah. I know. I know. We already do a radio show. What are you complaining about? You do a radio
I
show.
know. I can die happy now.
Yeah. What do you say when people say, "Oh, you do a radio show? What's it about?" What do you say?
Yeah, they always. That's really hard.
And do you tell them what it's called? Like, because we never do
No,
tell people what it's called.
Shoot, we didn't today either. Oh, something's in my eye. No, I don't. I don't know what to say. I usually say, "Oh, it's sort of improv, vaguely comedy, vaguely." I don't know. I say something different. To every person who asks.
You know what vague comedy is? It's humor.
And I don't know. I personally don't describe our show as humor, but other people have described it to me as humor because clearly we amuse people somehow in some way. But
I always blame that part on you. I always say, well, I have this co-host and we just get together and we talk for an hour.
Yeah, that's probably the best
She says really funny stuff.
No. I just...
So I just have to get her going. That's my job.
Depends on the day. Occasionally I can be funny. Mostly I'm not.
But but you want to, it's good to tickle that funny bone.
It's healthy.
It's healthy for us. Because we have such serious responsibilities that we have to go back to, that we come from on the way to the show and that we go back to after the show.
If you laugh for 5 minutes, it's supposed to boost your immune system for like 5 hours or something.
Oh my God. We've got to do this more.
I know.
We have to have like a 24-hour marathon, 11-hour radio marathon.
And then it's really bad though because when you stress, it actually lowers your immune system for like 5 weeks. So you have to people need to definitely be laughing more.
Yeah,
to combat the stress, which is tanking our immune systems.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. YouTube, you can do marathons. We could actually do a YouTube marathon.
I don't think we'd be very funny after like an hour.
It would be so unfunny that it would probably then get funny again. You know how sometimes when you slump and you fail, we could try it. We could try it late when nobody's watching.
Time at night,
it doesn't have to be live. We could try it
punchy and weird.
Well, it actually does have to be live, probably. What else did I want to tell you about? Oh, just the best sound of fall for me this week. Every week
the
it's
crunching
different.
Leaves.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But the sound of the crabapples falling on the floor of my woodshed.
Oh.
They kind of come
Why are
bouncing
they falling
in.
on the floor? Oh.
Well, because the woodshed has this open window that doesn't, it just has big open space where the apples kind of flop in. Mm-hmm. So it's a great sound. As opposed to the sound of a planer. It's not a great sound.
That's not specific. The planer's not specific to fall, though. Man, we're about to have a bunch of logging done on our property because our forestry plan is behind. So there's probably going to be a lot of these types of sounds happening in my neck of the woods soon.
Yeah. Did anyone ever tell you that you look like a stumpy dwarf?
I tell myself that every day.
I just have to rub it in because it's so absurd.
Actually, you're probably tall enough to do the dipstick anyway.
Well,
because you're many inches taller than I am.
I tower above my engine.
Right.
And I can get that hood up.
I do have to
easily.
like use a stool or something because I pull it at an angle, which is bad.
I love that feeling when you're at the gas station and you're kind of feeling like a cowboy. And you get out, you pop your hood, and you like crank
My hood
it
doesn't
up.
pop. You have to get a pair of pliers out and pull on this little thing where the latch has.
Oh, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very satisfying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
okay, continue.
Well, I like to do it like at the end of a day of work, and I'm all
Really nonchalantly.
yeah,
pop
I'm
your
all
hood.
dirty, and I look like a what do I look like at the end of a day of work? I look pretty disheveled, and so I get into my whole cowboy attitude at the gas pump.
Sounds cool.
It's the high
I
point.
used to pump
really.
gas in a giant Victorian dress, but then I sort of stopped wearing them this summer, and so
Yeah, that's
that
a
was
different-
weirdly fun
That's a different angle
because
on
it looked funny.
It's a little more treacherous in terms of gas spillage.
Yeah,
onto
I'm not
Victorian
a big gas spiller,
dresses.
though. I'm pretty careful.
Yeah, I am too, except for that one huge disaster I had down in Pennsylvania.
Wait, did you drive away with it still?
It just
in.
overpumped, and I
okay.
didn't know what was happening, and I had just gotten off the highway, and I was really stressed out trying to find a motel for the night, and
That sounds awful.
it just was spilling and spilling and spilling, and I was just really freaked out.
yeah. Gas is gross.
So don't do that.
Excuse me. People used to use gasoline to rub down your skin when you walked in poison ivy. No, kerosene. Sorry.
For lice too.
I think we don't really do that anymore because it's a bad plan. But
Well, if it worked on the farm,
yep.
maybe it does work.
Right, but it's not good for you.
Everything in moderation. What about like a cigarette once a week? Do you think that's bad?
Probably not. I don't know. I wouldn't.
But what the heck?
I don't
aren't
know.
we
It
tough
can't be
enough?
any. It can't be
Aren't we
any
tough
worse
enough?
than like huffing in some smoke walking by a. You know what? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
there's-
know the answers.
There's just all kinds of bad stuff
I
that
just
we
don't
think
like
is bad because people
cigarettes.
told us it was bad.
I think we know cigarettes are bad.
Yeah, but
Not
one
because-
a week? Come on.
Are you smoking one cigarette a week?
I didn't say I was.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I mean, I might be.
I don't
I
want
didn't
you
say
to.
I was. I didn't admit
I
it.
feel like that's not good anyway. Because
Okay.
one a week could escalate to one a day and then one an hour.
It doesn't have to, though. It can stay nice,
said it could.
exactly where it is, just once a
Could.
week. Really
Could.
like fun and rejuvenating to your spirit. A little bit of smoke curling up to the sky.
Just make a campfire.
I do that every day.
I know.
I make so many fires. It's not funny. I've been making fires at
I
night.
don't get it because, like, I could make an open fire really easily, like a campfire or in a fireplace or whatever. One match, I can make a good fire.
Okay.
Wood stove, however, all enclosed
It's
in there.
tricky.
No,
I got
no,
a new
no, no,
technique
no.
this winter.
After
Okay.
practically 40 years of building
Look.
fires, I cannot do
Well,
it.
let me
What?
I'll just tell you my technique and you can try it.
Okay.
Big log here on this side. Big log here on this side. So there's nothing in between the two.
Yeah, I do the teepee
Crumble.
method.
Well, I'm just telling you, you could try a different approach and
All
see
right,
how it goes
okay,
for you.
okay.
Just if you're feeling.
Crumble paper, yes.
Crumple
yes.
the paper up like 5, 6, 7 pieces of
Yeah,
newspaper,
yeah.
each indivially, right? Don't try
Okay,
to crumple
what are you
them
doing with
at
your
the same
kindling?
time.
Where's your kindling at?
Little kindling kind of angled up onto one of the big logs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's making contact with the bottom. What, the
Kristina,
train?
the train's coming.
Okay.
I think.
And then like a slightly smaller log on top of the kindling. And then open the draft. Okay, I'm going to open the door so we
Okay.
can hear the train.
Oh, maybe the planer will start at the same time. I will open the window.
A lot of people feel the same way I do about trains.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I saw on Facebook people feel the same way, even in Germany.
Maybe you guys should start
'Cause-
a support group.
Well, because trains can go everywhere. Here we go.
They can't cross the ocean. Although I guess they kind of do in France.
Did you wave? Did you wave?
No. I'm on the wrong side of the building. I'd be waving at nothing over
I wonder
here.
if we should. I wonder if they'd notice us if we waved out.
I can safely say that probably they would not notice us at all.
Yeah, maybe not, but
We should interview the train conductor someday. Find out where he is and make him come in here.
okay.
And then you can just spill your guts and tell him how
No,
you
it's
really
not.
feel about him.
No, it's not like that, Emily.
Well, all right. Maybe we should get the Jiffy Lube boys in here because you are also
You
quite
took that
cute.
so wrong.
I tried. God, that planer. Oh my God.
Okay. This is
He
like
did
a
wait.
metaphor.
He did wait until the train was gone.
What?
So
Who? The Jiffy Lube
plane?
guy?
No, the planer guy.
Oh, okay. So we have the guy running the planer, we have the engineer, and we have the guys down at Jiffy Lube making a kind of a what do you call it? Bouquet
Of
of
we don't know that the train conductor is male.
symbolically descriptive of
Trilogy.
the male gender.
Our trilogy of men.
We have the man in charge of the train taking us to places we couldn't.
Why do we think it's a
couldn't
man,
go without
though?
the train? Okay, here's they.
They.
And then we have the guy making something.
We know
and
that's a
being-
guy because we saw him.
And he's been so noisy, and he's
Well-
like doesn't care. He doesn't care how he's affecting other people, right? And
Well,
then,
that is
but
his workshop where he's
but-
supposed to be working on things.
The Jiffy Lube guys, that's a totally different story. You have a nice waiting room. You sit down. They come out with a clipboard. They
Wow.
ask you what you want, and they tell you how much it's going to cost. And then the
Why have you
best
not
part.
taken your dipstick issues there?
Just let me
Okay.
keep my train of thought,
okay.
which is the best part is at the end where there's something with plastic. What do? They they make this big show of taking this plastic cover off your seat or something, and you feel like you're going to sit on a throne after it's all done. Like
Oh,
they
I've never seen such a thing.
they have returned your car to you, and they have returned you to your proper place on the throne.
Whoa.
And
Sounds
that's
pretty-
what
sounds
Jiffy
pretty
Lube
amazing.
does. So that kind of covers all the bases for guys. Right? Why don't you thank our sponsors
Thank you.
quickly?
And you guys have been listening to 11th Hour Radio on WFVR LP 96.5, Royalton Community Radio, broadcasting live every Friday at 11 p.m. with 11 a.m. Damn it. I was
What?
on a roll and I said p.m.
What? I wasn't listening to
I said
what you
11
said.
p.m. and that was wrong. I meant 11 a.m.
Oh,
I get too cocky and I just start saying things.
right.
Whatever. That was Kristina Stykos. I'm Emily Howe. We'll be back next
What do
Friday.
you mean that was Kristina Stykos? What do you mean?
I'm speaking of us in the
That
past
was in the
tense
past
now
tense?
because our show is over. Thank you, sponsors and
That's what you think.
underwriters. I could say them because I said them so nicely
Yeah.
last week, but
Yeah.
I
Yep.
can't
That's okay.
think.
It's
Mountain Folk Concert Series, Tunbridge Grace Collective, Rivendell Restoration, and Howville Farms. Whew.
all right. We're going to go out on Flintlock, which is played by Patrick Ross and Aaron. What's his name? Aaron Johnson.
Good.
Something I recorded live
Nice.
at a show.
We'll see Patrick on Monday. Okay.
All right.
Bye,
Thanks
you
for
guys.
listening.
Have an awesome week.
Have a great week. Okay, wait, where's the song? It would be really helpful if I could find it. Here we go.
Man.
Okay.